whiteboard is a really important tool for us as teachers for two main reasons. First of all, the whiteboard allows us to provide students with the visual side of the language. As we speak and interact with our students, we're providing students with the verbal piece of the language or the verbal side of the language. The whiteboard or any similar writing surface allows us to provide the visual side of the language. So students hear the language, and then when we put something on our whiteboard or similar surface, they get the visual side of the language. They need both sides of the language to thoroughly learn that language, whether it's English or any other language. The whiteboard also allows us to better support different student learning styles. If you recall, there are three sensory preference learning styles that students may have. One is visual, one is auditory, and one is kinesthetic. So the whiteboard allows us to support students who have a visual learning style. So these are students that like to see what they're learning. We're automatically supporting students with an auditory learning style as we speak and deliver the lesson. So the whiteboard allows us to hit the visual styles as well. Interestingly, a whiteboard also allows us to support students with a kinesthetic learning style because we can get those students up here at the whiteboard and actively digesting or processing the language as they write on the whiteboard. So the whiteboard or a similar surface is really good for supporting those different student learning styles. There's another real strength to the whiteboard or a similar writing surface, and that is it allows us to fluidly represent what's going on in the lesson in a visual manner. You may like to use PowerPoint as you teach your lessons, and PowerPoint definitely has some strengths to it. But the strength of the whiteboard is that it allows us to elicit information from the class and then get that information up here on the whiteboard. So it really allows us to visually capture the fluidity of the lesson, and we get to capture student answers here on the whiteboard. With a PowerPoint, on the other hand, we don't manage to capture student answers because we've already prepared the PowerPoint beforehand. So this is another strength of the whiteboard as a teaching tool. It allows us to capture student answers visually as the class progresses.